What's up, everybody? Welcome to Watchalong. I'm your host, Fatty McRedbeard, and this is just a quick little intro video to give everyone a bit of background about me, who I am, and what this channel is all about. So first things first, just a little about myself. My name is Zach. I'm 37. I'm a trucker by trade. I'm a dad, and presumably just like you, a professional wrestling fan. Really, I was a lapsed fan for a long time. I watched wrestling probably from, the time I was 4 or 5 years old, up until I was about to turn 16. In 2000, my dad passed away about a month before I turned 16, and wrestling was kind of an us thing, and when he died, it just sort of, lost its appeal. But in 2018, when Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega had their match at Wrestle Kingdom in Japan, the massive hype surrounding that match made it, even to me. And I didn't care at all about wrestling at the time, but Jericho was a guy that I sort of grew up on in my teenage years. And when I saw that he was still doing his thing, I had to check it out. And even for like a modern style match, it was fucking amazing. It drew me right back into professional wrestling, and I've been watching it, pretty religiously ever since. As a little kid, I was a Hulkamaniac, probably like a lot of you. I was a huge fan of the Hulkster. I loved the Ultimate Warrior, guys like Bret Hart, British Bulldog, Superfly Snuka is one of my early memories of wrestling. Great Muta, the very little bit that, when I was a kid, I would get to watch WCW or NWA. The Great Muta always really stood out. The Mist, blowing the mist, Jake the Snake, Macho Man. So, the legends, the guys who were really killing it at the time that I was a kid. Man, I was all over that stuff. And then being like middle school age, teenage years when, the NWO was becoming a thing, Hulk Hogan turned heel for the first time, which was just, mind-blowing. Seeing the rise of guys like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, the birth of the Attitude Era, DX, countless guys, Ken Shamrock. It was a magical time in wrestling. I was the perfect age at the perfect period of time to really just get sucked in, and I was sucked in big time. And then, so like I said, around 2000, right before I turned 16, I just completely checked out on wrestling altogether. I had no desire to watch it, and I stayed away for the next, 18 years. But then, after seeing that Jericho Omega match, discovering, all these, just the plethora of wrestling podcasts that are out there, and really, the WWE Network really helped get me back in. When I started listening to all these podcasts and stuff, it rekindled my love for the actual art of professional wrestling. The performance of it, the psychology of it, the emotion behind it, the way that a babyface can draw you in, begging for help from the ring, or the way a heel can get you to hate him and boo him, even though it's all a work. It's amazing. When it comes to modern wrestling, let's just say it leaves quite a bit to be desired. I know he's a controversial guy, but one of the people that I listen to quite a bit is Jim Cornette. I have a ton of respect for Jim Cornette, everything he's done in the wrestling business, and I have a lot of respect for his opinions on what wrestling should be. I think that just like anything else, it can be modernized, it can be updated, it can be brought into the modern day. But there's just certain things about the art of professional wrestling that will never and should never change. And I am not apologetic about that fact. Which brings us here. My fascination with the history of professional wrestling and, guys whose names I heard continuously growing up. Guys like Gorgeous George, Vern Gagne, Lou Thesz, Hans Schmidt, Killer Kowalski. There's again a laundry list of guys that are considered legends, but as a kid, I never had any opportunity to see any of their matches. I had no clue what professional wrestling was like, prior to about 1984. So with, the WWE Network featuring, all of the territory stuff, and with YouTube, I mean, there's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of classic matches, vintage matches, that I never would have had the opportunity to be exposed to before. And so that fascination and that love has inspired me to start this channel where I can sit down, watch old wrestling matches, things I've never seen before, men I've never heard of before, and share that love with you. So once again, thank you so much for checking out the channel. This is just a quick little intro to let everybody know what this is all about. And if I could start even, a tiny community of people who love professional wrestling like I do, and want to be exposed to a bunch of material that you've never been exposed to before, this is the place for you. I hope to see you all soon. I'll be back real soon with my first match commentary video. Until then, take care.